UNC Pembroke leading by 5 over Winston-Salem State. So happy to be with you for the 8th year here for Division II football. And here at the half, we'll highlight some of the human interest stories from either team and showcase the D2 way. Not only do the D2 players and athletes and administrators want their student athletes to be balanced here on the field, but they want them to be balanced people as well. And one Braves receiver, T-Val Williams, well, he's got a balanced life. It wasn't always that way. And Ken Anderson tells us how he's moving the chains in more ways than one.
We're dry.
A good wide receiver knows how to find a prime piece of real estate and make it his own. For UNC Pembroke's T-Val Williams, it's a skill that comes naturally.
He's an extremely dynamic guy who can find ways to get open.
I played every play like it's the last play. I'm getting a little emotional here, I'm sorry. Okay,
Williams has been chasing real estate his whole life. It started when he was just a toddler.
We were moving shelter to shelter, but my mother, she had a very bad anger problem. And she used to get into a lot of fights in the shelter home, so we used to get kicked out of a lot of them. And at one point in time, we had nowhere to go, so the only thing we could do was sleep on the park bench. That's what we did. We had a sheet and a bench, and me and my mother.
That's when his fixation with real estate began.
I just made a promise to myself that, I would never put myself in this situation where I had to sleep on the bench again.
Eventually, they moved to the projects, which lasted until Williams was 6 years old.
The cops came in, checked the apartment. There was no food in the refrigerator, no furniture, and because of that, they had to take us away.
Williams and his younger sister lived in foster homes until his grandmother was able to get custody. She vowed she wouldn't let anyone hurt her grandchildren again, which presented somewhat of a problem when Williams turned 7 and started playing football.
All these big boys came out of the locker room, and I said, wait a minute, who is these boys and what are they going to do? I said, they can't be tackling T-Val. They too big.
She'd be on the edge of the fence ready to jump over. She'd be yelling at the coaches, like, they can't be hitting him that hard.
They told T-Val to ask me not to come. They said if I kept that up, they would be disqualified.
His grandmother couldn't afford a car, but where there's a Williams, there's a way. From 7 all the way to age 12, he got himself to the field.
The park was about a mile away from home. I used to walk back and forth, even in the dark at nighttime, even in 100-degree weather. I would just walk because I just wanted to play football, and I wanted to get out the environment that I was in, and that was the only way I could do it at that point.
Lily Williams has ingrained it in her grandchildren that a better life is theirs for the taking. To bring that better life within reach, she moved them to an area with top-notch schools.
The environment in general was different. People were polite. I didn't see crime every day. I didn't see drug addicts walking down the street every day, getting off the bus,
By the time Williams was in high school, his grandmother was raising 5 of her daughter's children. To make ends meet, they had to move again. 6 of them lived in this one trailer.
That trailer itself really motivated me to just get into shape, get my grades right so I can stay in college and I can make better life for myself when I get out of college.
It's no wonder that real estate inspires Williams. He'll spend entire afternoons just looking at houses, a hobby that he sees turning into a profession after his football career has run its course.
These are the exact kind of houses I want to sell, real estate. It's very beautiful, it's big. Hopefully one day buy a house just like that or even better, to show everybody that what I've accomplished.
He says he also wants people to look at him and see success, the kind of success he sees in his coach.
He has strong faith, and I see the faith in him, and that's what motivates me. He's also a great father. I want to be successful just like that.
We just spend a lot of time talking to our guys about, what their role is as a man, One of our program goals is to help each guy become a better husband, father, employer, employee.
You want a great marriage? Spend time with your wife. You want to get to know your kids? Spend time with them. You want to get closer to this family? Think of them before you act. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. It's all going to carry over, fellas.
Despite everything he's had to overcome, Williams wouldn't have it any other way. He says it's because of the struggling, the scratching and the clawing just to survive and then to succeed is why he's getting to experience life on a whole other level.
Every time I step on that field, I try to be the best I could be because I know that where I came from, you know, that everybody doesn't make it out. So every play, I just really push my hardest. I don't take any play for granted. It really boils down to what I've been through in life, and when I look at that football, I'm like, I'm chasing a dream. Like, since I was little, I was chasing a dream. When I grab that football, it's like I'm grabbing, you know, life out of the air and taking it into my hands and controlling it myself.
And how about this? T-Vel Williams is scheduled to graduate in 4 years this coming May and getting that big, beautiful house for Grandma. He says he's going to get it even before he's going to get one for himself. T-Vel Williams' numbers, 7 catches for 44 yards as his Braves try to pull the upset. We got the second half coming up around the corner.